Imagine being a father, helpless and desperate, as your children suffer at the hands of your ex-wife's new partner. The courts are supposed to protect them, but what if they fail? Break time equals 500 ms / This is a story that will leave you questioning the very fabric of our justice system. In a shocking turn of events, a father found himself in a desperate battle to save his children from the clutches of his ex-wife's abusive boyfriend. The year was break time equals 200 ms / 2019, and the father, who wishes to remain anonymous, had been divorced for over 2 years. Despite his best efforts, he couldn't shake off the feeling that something was terribly wrong. His children would often come back from their mother's house with bruises and a deep-seated fear in their eyes. The father took his concerns to the court, hoping that the system would finally listen and take action. However, his pleas fell on deaf ears. The court seemed more interested in maintaining the status quo, rather than protecting the children from harm. As the months went by, the father's frustration grew, and he began to feel like he was fighting a losing battle. The court's inaction was not only devastating but also raised questions about the effectiveness of the justice system in protecting vulnerable children. Just when all hope seemed lost, the father stumbled upon a support group for parents who had gone through similar ordeals. The group, which met monthly, provided a safe space for parents to share their stories and find solace in each other's company. For the first time in months, the father felt like he was not alone in his fight. The group's leader, a seasoned advocate for children's rights, offered to help the father navigate the complex court system and find a way to protect his children. With the help of the support group, the father was able to gather evidence of the abuse and present it to the court. The investigation that followed was thorough, but the father couldn't shake off the feeling that the court was still not taking his concerns seriously. As the investigation dragged on, the father's anxiety grew, and he began to wonder if he would ever be able to protect his children. The fate of his children hung in the balance, and the father was left with a haunting question: would the court finally take action, or would it continue to fail his children? After months of waiting, the court finally delivered its verdict. The father's heart sank as he heard the words that would change his life forever. The court ruled that there was insufficient evidence to prove that the children were in danger. The father was devastated, and his world came crashing down around him. He couldn't understand how the court could be so blind to the suffering of his children. As he left the courtroom, the father couldn't help but wonder if he would ever be able to protect his children from the monster that was their mother's boyfriend. The father's story is a stark reminder of the failures of the justice system. Despite the court's inaction, the father refused to give up. He continued to fight for his children, and his story serves as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. As we reflect on this heartbreaking story, we are left with a haunting question: what happens to the children who fall through the cracks of the justice system? Break time equals 500 ms / The father's story is a call to action, a reminder that we must do better to protect our most vulnerable citizens.